Hey, today I'm making a video on the question of, was Mary Magdalene a prostitute? Now, this is a question that I hear a lot, and also it's something that people just assert a lot. And so the answer to this question is, there's no biblical reason to think this to be true. There's simply no text evidence that would have us think for any reason that Mary Magdalene was a prostitute. So, why do people ask this question, and why do people think it's true? I think that it's because people just seem to assert that Mary Magdalene is associated with certain events. For example, a lot of people assume that Mary Magdalene was the woman who pours perfume on Jesus' feet. Also, a lot of people assume that Mary Magdalene was the woman caught in adultery, caught in the act of adultery in John 8. And that's even alluded to in the movie The Passion of the Christ. And so, what's the answer to these two situations? It's the same thing. There's simply no reason to think this to be Mary Magdalene. And so there's no text evidence in either one of those stories or any other ones that would make us come to this conclusion that Mary Magdalene was a prostitute. And so the answer to the question, whenever you hear this question or people assume this fact, it's just simply, where is the evidence? There's no reason to think that. We do actually know quite a bit about Mary Magdalene. Like, for example, we know that Jesus rescued her from 7 demons, and after that she followed him. And so we also know that when many of the disciples ran away when Jesus was at his trial and execution, Mary Magdalene had the courage to be there with Jesus. We also know that Mary Magdalene was one of the first eyewitnesses to the resurrection of Jesus Christ, and that Jesus actually asked Mary Magdalene to take this news to the disciples. So my favorite thing about Mary Magdalene is that she was the carrier of the greatest news that humankind has ever heard. The news that Jesus Christ, after he was dead and buried, on the 3rd day rose again. And that news that Mary Magdalene carried changed the entire world. We see it impact the lives of millions and millions of people. We see it changing history. And this is all because Mary Magdalene carried that news. God trusted her to carry that news. And so I think when it comes to Mary Magdalene, we should stick with what we know. And we should probably not worry too much about the things that we don't know. So, that's that.